I frankly don't like spending time commenting on some of these flippant and petty political things because a lot of people lie all the time. Some of them now lie like a career.
But look at when Mutua moved towards the last minute. The last minute, which means that there was some form of communication. There's something that these people knew that we did not know.
Fellow Kenyans, is Fred Matiang'I working for the government or in favor of William Ruto, or Uhuru Kenyatta has betrayed Fred Matiang'I? Those are two occasions which can happen politically. Fred Matiang'I can remain not in government and to run in 2027 to try and divide the opposition in favor of William Ruto. Or maybe Matiang'I did not agree with Uhuru Kenyatta on the role to play in William Ruto's government. Those are two circumstances which might have forced Fred Matiang'I not to join William Ruto after very close ally of Uhuru Kenyatta have joined William Ruto. The same day, Uhuru Kenyatta's allies, the likes of Mutai Kagwe and the former Kiambu governor Kabogo, joined William Ruto, Fred Matiang'I appeared in Kitui County. Is Fred Matiang'I planning to run for presidency in the year 2027? In the political space, there are no accidents. Every move has an end game. Fred Matiang'I was in Kitui School, but after the event, Matiang'I chose to interact with the residents in Kitui town. It was also rumored that Matiang'I had a stopover in Narok County. So Fred Matiang'I is up to something. Before you continue, make sure you subscribe and give the video a like. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to listen to Fred Matiang'I sometimes back in 2023, speaking about his political future and political ambitions in the Republic of Kenya. Have a look.
And actually, I am flattered, when a lot of people ask me why I didn't run for president or why I should run for president. I've had this, and I'm sincerely flattered, and I thank those who think that way. But as I said to you, and I think it's good to also respect my views because I am also an individual human being. This journey continues. It hasn't stopped. I may have defied some of my ambitions to be able to do what I am doing right now and to continue to do the things I need to do. But we continue on this journey and on this trajectory, as it were, of public service. Whenever and wherever I am called to serve my country, I always will answer yes, because as I said before, there is nothing more noble than to be asked to serve your country. Whether you are being asked to serve your country as a watchman, as a police officer, as a cabinet minister, or as president. Because many people go through life without getting that particular opportunity. To be called to serve your country is a great thing and is a very noble thing. That's one of the reasons why, as I said, I'm really grateful to my president for the opportunity that he has given me and the trust he has bestowed. And so as this journey of life continues, I would continue to serve my country because as long as God gives me breath and as long as I have strength to offer service to my country, to my fellow men, I am going to continue serving my country. I generally believe that the future belongs to the Lord. And the Lord orders our ways and orders our steps, as it were. What we are supposed to do as human beings is when that call comes and when that opportunity arises, we rise up to the opportunity by the grace of God.
From that message, it is very clear that Honorable Fred Matiang'I, the former Interior CS, who served under the former president, the fourth president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, can actually run for president in the year 2027. Some weeks ago, it was rumored that Matiang'I was linked to some Canadian experts who helped the Botswana newly elected president to kick their president who had just served one term. Are we going to experience one-term presidency in the Republic of Kenya under Fred Matiang'I? Is Matiang'I able to take President William Ruto home in 2027? Matiang'I was a performing minister under Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta in his tenure from 2013 to 2022. Matiang'I started serving as the Minister of ICT and helped Kenya to transit from analog TV to digital television. Have a look.
Country and enjoy as faster internet as I can get in any city in Europe. There is no reason why we shouldn't, because we are building infrastructure and migrating from analog to digital broadcasting provides us an opportunity to avail more spectrum to enable our mobile telephony, to enable our broadband footprint to expand in the country. This is why we need to migrate, and surely time is here for us to do it.
From the ICT ministry, Matiang'I was moved to the Ministry of Education at the peak of exam illegalities, and Fred Matiang'I cleared the mess.
These ones we bought and distributed them as government from Nairobi centrally. We did not send the money for these ones to be bought by the head teachers. These ones we distributed them centrally ourselves. So every school across the country has got this. You walk to any class in standard 1 and standard 2 class in the country, the ratio is 1-to-1. Look at them. Each one of these kids has got a textbook. 1-to-1. Everyone has got a textbook. And we distributed them. So when people are telling me that we cannot distribute the books, they are not, honestly, they are not sincere.
This is what you're saying cost 300 million shillings?
Yes.
And what was the previous budget for?
The budget we were given for this was 600 million. When we worked on this, we spent less than 300 million. We saved over 50% of what we were told it was going to cost us to do this. And most importantly, the books are in the schools. You can see they're in the schools. Every child has a book.
Uhuru Kenyatta's bulldozer was then moved to the Ministry of Interior, where many Kenyans blame Matiang'I for some illegal abductions and killing which were happening at River Yala. The Interior Ministry is one of the most compromised ministries. Kenyans only blame Matiang'I, or the blames around Fred Matiang'I came only when he was the Minister of Interior. That docket is very dirty, and it is very hard for you to get out of that ministry without a scandal. But Fred Matiang'I tried way better than Professor Kithure Kindiki. Fast forward to 2020 election. Matiang'I was in the side of Uhuru Kenyatta, who supported Raila Amolo Odinga under the Azimio coalition. But Matiang'I did not play politics.
I frankly don't like spending time commenting on some of these flippant and petty political things, because a lot of people lie all the time. Some of them now lie like a career. It's like that's what they went to school to be trained. You saw those lies yesterday. People lying. They lie about anything. They can't tell you anything. Probably the only truth about them is their name. They lie all the time. It's saying things that don't exist. And partly also, by the way, people would do better if they did their job. Because if they attended the meetings they are supposed to attend, if they sought briefs from the people they are supposed to be briefed, they will be briefed effectively, instead of now going to embarrass themselves in that kind of manner where you say things that don't exist. And ask yourself the question, how do police officers, especially senior police officers who are managing the security sector, feel when they see their leader lying about them?
William Ruto won in 2022, and Matiang'I got a UN job in the United States of America. Uhuru Kenyatta also got a job as a peacemaker in the Eastern African community. Was it a long con, or William Ruto actually defeated a combined force of Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga? Was Fred Matiang'I playing political games together with Uhuru Kenyatta to aid William Ruto win elections in the year 2022 and make a comeback later?
Look at Alfred Mutua. Kalonzo having refused to move, but they needed some bit of Kamba votes, which they got around 100,000, although Kambas voted for Azimio largely. But that tilted the scale. because the 50% plus one was passed by around only 69,000 votes. But look at when Mutua moved towards the last minute. The last minute, which means that there was some form of communication. There's something that these people knew that we did not know. And today I'm speaking about this. Fearing nobody, fearing nothing. But because I was at the center of everything also, I must speak about it. For me to be free and for my mind to be free and for Kenyans to know what I'm thinking. But it requires a sharp brain, a very sharp brain and intellectual to know that there was a game going on. Then, let's fast forward. There was the purported fight between the former president and the current president, Ruto. Then the fight started escalating towards elections. And it was even very nasty to a point where the Ruto was telling Uhuru, do not kill my children. Where was that imported from? Was it necessary? But these statements were mere statements of puff. In law, they are called misrepresentation or mere statements of puff, meant to hoodwink Kenyans, to send smoke screens that, we are genuinely fighting. That, whatever we are planning ahead, the end must justify the means. Whatever we are doing, it doesn't matter. We can equally abuse each other. We can do whatever we want to do. But the end must justify the means. But let Kenyans know that we are fighting. Because why would Uhuru and Ruto fight if in 2002, Ruto stood with Uhuru against all odds? 2013, Ruto stood with Uhuru against all odds. 2017, Ruto stood with Uhuru. And they also went to ICC together. So what is it that went wrong between the two? Nothing. After all, you are advised that if somebody fights for you so much, and if you loses, you will always owe the person. But if you win, you will reward the person. So they fought in 2002, they lost together. So which means Uhuru owed Ruto. They fought in 2013 and 2017, they won together. Which means Uhuru had to reward Ruto. What is this thing that Baba did to Uhuru that Uhuru ought to have rewarded him? Nothing. Truth be told.
That is Honorable Babu Owino telling us that he was at the center of everything in 2022, and Raila Amolo Odinga won that election. Babu Owino is telling us that this was a long con, and Uhuru Kenyatta aided William Ruto into his election as the 5th President of the Republic of Kenya. What's your view? Do you think it was a long con, or William Ruto defeated a combined force of Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga? Currently, William Ruto is seen to be working with Uhuru Kenyatta. William Ruto paid a courtesy visit to Uhuru Kenyatta in his residence in Gatundu, Kiambu County, and in less than a week, Uhuru Kenyatta's men were absorbed in William Ruto's cabinet. Mutahi Kagwe, who served as a minister in Uhuru Kenyatta during the corona periods as a minister of health, has joined William Ruto. The former governor Kiambu County, Kabogo, has also joined William Ruto. Ladies and gentlemen, Fred Matiang'I is a very close ally of Uhuru Kenyatta. Why was he left out when William Ruto was nominating close allies or close politicians who worked around Uhuru Kenyatta in his last tenure? Is Fred Matiang'I working for the state to divide the position before the 2027 general election? Or Matiang'I was actually betrayed by the former President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta? Express your opinion in the comments. Give the video a like and subscribe. Road to 10,000 subscribers. Thank you for tuning in.